In this video, you will learn how to tell a story in a minute, the basic skills and mindsets you need to make a good presentation. First off, if you want to make a person listen to you, you must start from understanding that people aren't listening to you. What? Well, believe it or not, people aren't listening 80% of what other people are talking. No matter how much keen they might be listening to you, or no matter how perfect you've done a presentation, it's impossible for someone to understand perfectly what you said. Communication is always that hard. Does this mean you need to give up? Absolutely not. You just need to build up a story that leaves an impression to get into that 20%. How do you do that? It's by building up a story you could tell in a minute and deliver it to them. In other words, if you can't summarize the core of a story in a minute, that means you won't be able to deliver the message that strikes through. It's not condensed enough, it won't stick to your audience's head even if you spend all the time in the world talking about it. Don't get me wrong, if you have 30 minutes or an hour to make a presentation, this doesn't mean you need to finish your talk in a minute. It's just that you can use the time reinforcing what you can usually talk in a minute, which will drastically improve the quality of your presentation. First of all, do you know clearly why you're making that presentation and what the purpose is? Your goal. It might be for the audience or person to understand something, but a goal shouldn't be to just make someone understand. A goal must be ultimately for the listeners to take actions. No matter how beautifully you make the graphs in your PowerPoint or how fluently you talk, your goal won't be accomplished if you can't make them take actions in the end. So it's extremely important to think of the audience you're going to give a presentation to when creating a draft. Imagine what they're thinking about and how they might react or feel. This preparation is important to achieve your goal. In other words, a presentation is to think of the goal you want to achieve and reverse engineer what your listeners are thinking and how you can change their state to eventually take the actions you want. The framework on how to speak in a minute goes like this. The 3-step pyramid. You start with the conclusion and then provide 3 good and logical reasons why you think so. Then add examples to support your 3 reasons. If you can build up this 3-step pyramid logically, this will bring powerful impact in the listener's comprehension. Find out your conclusion. What core message do you want to deliver to the audience? The conclusion must contain the direction you want the listeners to take actions. When writing down the 3 reasons to back up your conclusion, check carefully if they all make sense. The more logical the reasons are, the more convincing your presentation will be. When building up the pyramid, ask yourself questions like, so what? Really true? Final answer? These questions are really powerful to strengthen the logic. Another important tip is to make your message simple. You might want to speak all the things you researched and thought about, but that's just the speaker's ego. The listeners only want the absolute necessary minimum information. Always ask yourself, can I make it more concise and simple? Keep in mind that whenever there are words that the listeners cannot understand, their brain shuts down and they will get bored. Your mission is to create the story and everything in as simple and understandable as possible so that the listeners don't get lost. Now here's a question. When do you think someone buys something they want? It's when they first understand all the facts logically and then when they start creating images actually using the product. For example, a car. Imagine you know all the specs, the best prices, and you're thinking of buying it. But the last push to make you actually buy it comes when you imagine yourself driving that car with your girlfriend or family and having a great time. Just like that, the task for the speaker to make the listeners get into that mode is so critical to make them take actions. Once you seed that plant, the listeners will grow their imagination and you will just need to support it grow more and more. So simply tell them to imagine how they would feel if they take that action and facilitate them to want to experience it. Next, let's talk about more of the mindset and emotions. You may know from your own experience, but people don't necessarily take actions even when they know it's absolutely the right thing to do. They don't take action just because they're emotionally moved either. Humans have to understand logically in their left brain and feel the passion emotionally in their right brain to take actions. Means in order to influence people, you need both skills to present logically and with extreme passion. Presentation is like a musician doing a live on stage and maybe stage diving. Let me explain. You need to get pumped up with energy to express your story and message just like a singer. You have to be an entertainer. Remember that the goal is to influence the listeners and make them take actions. Do whatever you can to reach their heart. Your voice, your body gesture, your eye contact, everything you got. Don't just sing and stand still. Move around. Dive into the audience. Don't just talk like a monologue. Engage with them. If you can create this atmosphere, the connection with the listeners will change dramatically. Humans basically don't like to change. If you want to move your audience to where you wish to, whether it's something you want to sell or anything, you need to create change inside them. This ain't an easy job. You must pull in all your energy and your passion on what you truly believe in. Literally all you got to move someone and achieve your goal. If you're not all in, it's extremely difficult to give a presentation that is successful. In the end, it's the strong will inside you to influence someone and make them take actions. Now let me try to make a 1-minute presentation with the skills we went through in this video. Here's how it will go. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Joey and I would really want you to smash that subscribe button and notification bell. There are 3 reasons why. 1. There will be new videos coming up that will help you live a better life. For example, you will learn new self-improvement principles that will strengthen your fundamentals. 2. You will be able to learn knowledges from Japanese books just in a few minutes. The key essence from the best-selling books read in Japan that have different kind of inspiring flavors. 3. We can connect and learn more from each other. I believe every single one of us is authentic and has great thoughts and feelings inside them. If you like this kind of video, I hope you can share your thoughts in the comment field. I mean, just imagine a world where we're connected with the people who respect and care of and share similar values with multiple nationalities. I believe this world will be much better when people find a place like home in the social network that has abundance of joy and love. So thank you for watching. This video was a summary from Speak in 1 Minute by Yoichi Ito. If you like this video, I would really appreciate if you could click the like button. And again, please smash that subscribe button because I would really love to connect with you. Question of the day. Do you like making presentations in front of people? Yes or no? Please post your comments below because I would really like to know. Okay, see you in the next video. And remember, if you can change your mind, you can change your life. Bye bye.